series that happened starting yesterday as well. Iowa came back to win 3-1. They lost the first set, would rattle off the next 3 sets to win their first match of the year 3-1. Indiana, on the other hand, they won against Rutgers after losing 3 straight to start the year. Lost yesterday, now looking to turn the page. It's a cold and brutal day in Iowa City. Snow flurries falling, a wind chill below 0. It was that way at the end of yesterday, and it's rolled all the way through today. It's been a tough weekend. Just enough snow on the ground to keep some Indiana Hoosiers bags and suitcases stuck. We'll give you the starting lineups. First for Indiana, it's Stockham, Westbeld, Colheed, Fitzner, and Blackwell. That's the 6 that are on the floor. Their libero is Haley Armstrong. For the Iowa Hawkeyes, it's Jocelyn Boyer, Audrey Black, Blythe Reins, Bailey Ortega, and Hannah Clayton, along with Leanne Lowry. It's Colheed to serve for Indiana. And we're underway for match 2, and there's an early kill down the middle for Layla Blackwell. Keys to victory, first for Indiana, they have to get past the Iowa front line. The Hawkeyes had 32 blocks yesterday. Indiana has to work past that front line, and they have to be more efficient. That's the second key to victory today. Their team efficiency as a hitting percentage was below 150 once again. That's been a common staple. Indiana, as a unit, their hitting percentage is 139. Keys to victory for the Iowa Hawkeyes, they have to win at the net. I mentioned 32 blocks to only 12 for Indiana, so if they can win at the net, they'll win again today. And the second step is don't give up free points. They've done that well so far this season. By free points, I mean service errors. Those are the freest of free points when you shoot one into the net. They only have 31 service errors to their opponent's 39, so they are winning that, and they have to do so again today so they don't give any free points away to Indiana. It's Brooke Westbeld serving for Indiana. 2-1 early lead for the Hoosiers, and Audrey Black picks up the kill, toiling off the hand of Layla Blackwell. Indiana in the red and white, their libero, Haley Armstrong, in the black with the white numbering and lettering, the Iowa Hawkeyes. Home yellows today. Jocelyn Boyer, the libero, in the gray. Near side, it's Stockham, diving dig. And Kendra Hansen just pops it over. Here's Westbeld, Blackwell, back to back. 2 straight points for Indiana have been courtesy of Layla Blackwell. 3-2 start. Here's the set for Hansen, goes long and misses. Kendra Hansen had 8 kills yesterday. She only had 3 in the previous 2 matches. She didn't play at all in the weekend set against Purdue, which was the last weekend the Hawkeyes played. So she hasn't played since the season opening weekend against Illinois. Boyer goes far side to Black, who swatted Layla Blackwell. Blackwell had 2 blocks. She picks up number 18 on the season. The freshman averages over 1 block per set. And it's a 5-2 Hoosiers lead, 3 straight points for Indiana. Audrey Black near side. Stockham keeps it up but goes over the net. Here's Edwards. Back to Audrey Black, and there's a kill for Iowa. Audrey Black had 8 kills, 3 blocks yesterday. Freshman getting a lot of PT for the Hawkeyes. Cedar Rapids native Maddie Slagle back to serve. Westbeld, far side Edwards, tries to drop one over. Boyer sets for Hansen. It's a kill for Kendra Hansen. Players to watch in this afternoon's matchup. First for Indiana, it's Brianna Edwards. 15 kills last night that led all players. She leads Indiana in kills with 46. Stockham right behind her with 45. On the Iowa side, it's Blythe Reens. Had 8 blocks yesterday, led all players. Is that one way too far for Edwards? It's a point for Iowa. But 8 blocks to lead all players. She has 24 on the season. That's first on the team. Courtney Bizzario is also a key part for the Iowa Hawkeye unit. She had 21 assists yesterday. That led the Hawkeyes. 7 kills, 9 digs, 21 assists, 2 aces. That was her stat line. She's a do-it-all type of player for Vicki Brown's club. Was instrumental in the win yesterday, as both these teams at 1-4 on the season. Bit of miscommunication is Geddes and Armstrong. Geddes was caught underneath it, trying to get out of the way, and it's now 5 straight points for Iowa. They lead 7-5. Schlegel again to serve for the Hawkeyes. Armstrong, Westbeld. It's Blackwell that hits it off Bizzario's hand. That one might have been long, but sometimes instinct takes over. Savannah Colheed checks in. Showman the front line for Indiana. Middle blocker has the best hitting percentage for the Hoosiers at .250. It's Armstrong to serve, and that's too far. So 2 aces for the Hawkeyes on serves and 1 error for Indiana. Means the Hawkeyes have bumped 3 points on serves, and they lead by a pair, 8-6. And the Hawkeyes give it back. So Jocelyn Boyer serves one into the top of the net. Quick substitution. It's Emily Fitzner that'll jog to serve. That was only the 2nd service error for Jocelyn Boyer. Grazes the net. Iowa keeps it alive, but Blythe Reens misses the mark. Too much heat trying to hit that side angle. Indiana ties it up at 8. Mishandled a bit by Schlegel, but Iowa keeps it alive. Here's Fitzner, Colheed. That's a kill for Savannah Colheed. 3 straight for Indiana. It's a 9-8 start. Here's Kendra Hansen, far side, just lobs one over. Fitzner, Brianna Edwards, too far. A lot of miscues. 5 combined miscues in this first set. (9-9). About a third of the way through the first set. Edwards, Fitzner goes back to Edwards, who was caught trying to run over, and Courtney Bizzario is there just to drop that one back. Brianna Edwards was the one who received the serve. Popped it up for Fitzner, who left it for no man's land, and Edwards had to race over, and it was an easy drop for Courtney Bizzario on a solo block. Here's Westbeld, who shoots a rocket. Hoosiers get the point back. Brooke Westbeld kill is a point for Indiana. Ashley Zuloff is in. The junior back to serve. Hasn't played too much. Didn't play at all yesterday. Zuloff's only played in 5 sets this season, and Stockham goes wide on the kill attempt. Zuloff will stay in backside on the near end. Middle blocker does have a block on this season, but it's Leanne Lowry to serve for Iowa as they lead early 11-10 as get to the halfway point of the first set. Hawkeyes lost the first set yesterday, 25-20. Didn't have a hard time with it as Stockham picks up the kill. Hawkeyes caught a break, a dominating second set, 25-15, then won in some extra points, 26-24 in the third set, before running out the clock essentially in the fourth and final set. Audrey Black goes on the wrong side of the flag. (12-11) Indiana, Cole Heed serving. There's Courtney Bizzario right down the line. It's the first kill for Courtney Bizzario in this afternoon's contest. 12-12. Set one here from Extreme Arena, new home of Iowa Volleyball. Hawkeyes started the season against Illinois at home, as I believe they're going to review this call. The call that was on the court was a Courtney Bizzario kill down the line, but Steve Aaron requests that the officials take a look at that, so they will. But Iowa 1-4 on the season, but they're 1-0 in Extreme Arena. Won yesterday 3-1 against the Indiana Hoosiers, and now back at it again today. Hawkeyes started at home in Carver Hawkeye against Illinois, lost in 4 sets in both matches, and then got swept on the road. Indiana hasn't had an easy schedule to start the year with Nebraska, but then they saw Rutgers, so after getting swept twice by Nebraska, saw Rutgers, who was projected to be worst in the Big Ten, split a pair of matches there, and now looking to pick one up against Iowa. It'd be tough against Nebraska, Rutgers, and Iowa to go 1-5. This feels like a really big potential match for Indiana. This is one that you need in the win column. If you want to compete to be in that middle tier, it's a loaded Big Ten conference, first of all, for context to this. We talk about what Big Ten volleyball looks like this year. If you follow Big Ten basketball by any means, it's very similar. It's a loaded, top-heavy conference, and if you want to fight to be in that middle half, you've got to win the matches you're supposed to win. Wisconsin and Minnesota, Ohio State, there is 6 undefeated, check that, 7 undefeated teams in the Big Ten right now. I stand corrected, it is 6. It's 6 undefeated teams: Minnesota, Wisconsin, Ohio State, Nebraska, Northwestern, and Penn State. 6 undefeated teams, folks. The bottom half of the conference is really struggling, as there's a kill for Stockham. It's Iowa, Rutgers, and Indiana all notched at 1-4, sitting right around that 8-12 mark, with Michigan State and Maryland rounding out the back end of the conference. Michigan's the only team yet to play. They've been on pause. The whole entire athletic department's been on pause as Westbeld's serve is too far. But really, when you look at it, if you're thinking in terms of the Big Ten Conference where you want to finish, if you're not in the top 6, right, we're talking about those top-tier teams, the Minnesotas, Wisconsins, Ohio States, Nebraskas. Purdue will be up there when it's all said and done. They've struggled a little bit to start the year. They've had a tough schedule. But if you're not in that top 5 to 6, you obviously want to slot in that 7 to 10. And if you're going to be Indiana, where you want to fit in somewhere in that 7 to 10, you've got to win. You've got to win the matches you're supposed to win. They didn't do that against Rutgers in one of them, and they did do it against Iowa yesterday. This feels very important very early in the year. Here's Bizzario, near side Hansen, just lobs one over. Armstrong. It's too far from Morgan Geddes. Freshman Geddes had 7 errors on 16 tries yesterday. 15-3 Hawkeyes. Steve Barrett will talk. It's a 3-0 Hawkeye run. Propels them into the lead. We'll step away for a minute. We'll come right back. This is Big Ten Volleyball on BTN+. John Rawson with you from Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, as the Hawkeyes and Hoosiers doing battle right now. Iowa up in front in the first set, 15-13. There's an early tap and a meet at the net. We've got a whistle and a point for Iowa. Net violation on the Indiana Hoosiers. Hawkeyes up 3, 16-13. Quick stats check, kind of tell the story of this first set. Both teams have been highly inefficient. 10 total attack errors, 6 for Indiana, 4 for Iowa. That's really been a lot of the points. Has been miscues by one team as Stockham lobs one over and a shot to the net from Hansen, and it's a point to stop the bleeding for Indiana. That stops a 4-0 scoring run for the Hawkeyes, and it's 16-14. Both teams are converting on at least half of their side-out chances, so there's an opportunity to add to that for Indiana with the Stockham serve, 16-14. There's a lob, and Clayton drops one over, but kept alive by a diving Westbell. Boyer to Hansen. Deflected. Kept alive. Here's Blackwell, punches one over. Beautifully done. Westbell to Blackwell, straight down the middle. (16-15). Indiana working their way back in the middle third of the set. To Audrey Black, too much. That was a pretty good set by Courtney Bizzario, considering she had her back turned completely and had to essentially dig that one out. Audrey Black just couldn't convert. Does have 3 kills, but 3 errors. And speaking of errors, there's a service error for Tommy Stockham, and it's a point to Iowa. Maddie Schlegel checks in. She'll serve for Iowa. Adina Schmitz also in on that front line for Iowa. Neither team is working on the efficiency points, but Iowa gets a kill with Hannah Clayton, and it's 18-16. Iowa's team hitting percentage is 0. They only have 5 kills. They've been benefited by 6 errors and 3 service errors by way of Indiana. Here's Brianna Edwards, swatted away at the net. Back to her. And if at first it doesn't succeed, try again. The original call was in. Jocelyn Boyer tried to dig it out, went over the net, so Indiana, who was celebrating, was pretty taken aback. That call is already in the books and on the board. 18-17 Iowa. Taking you home here on the first set. Iowa has both their timeouts. Indiana has 1. Set for Schmidt. Stockham digs it out. Westbell, one-hand tap, keeps it alive, and Geddes just pushes it over. There's Schmidt, a lob. Westbell dives. Stockham, dead center. Tommy Stockham, that's a doozy on the back line. Right near the end line, but she hits the spot, and it's 18-all. Armstrong back to serve. Clayton too far. Armstrong saw that one fly over her head. And check that it is a point for Iowa. So it was out, but it hit off of Armstrong. That's the call. See it on the replay board. 19-18 Iowa. Boyer to serve. Westbell to Edwards. Just a lob, but Bizzario with the left hand keeps it up. Colheed blocked away, but it's still a point for Indiana as it was blocked out. 19 all, quick sub. Geddes out. Emily Fitzner in. She'll serve. Fitzner had 17 assists yesterday. She has 5 already in set 1. And Vicky Brown calls a timeout. You can't take him to the next set. May as well take him now. 19-all, tail end of set one. We'll step away for a minute and come right back. Big Ten Volleyball here on BTN+. 19s apiece here in the first set from Extreme Arena. Home game for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Won the first match of this two-game series yesterday, 3-1, winning 3 straight. In fact, that was the first time Iowa won multiple sets all year. They'd only won 2 in the prior 4 matches combined, won 3 to pick up the win yesterday. Hawkeye point on a net violation. The freshman Ortega to serve for the Hawkeyes, leading by a point, 20-19 in the first set. And too far, but the ruling was out, but that serve looked awfully close to the line. We'll see if we get a review on that. Vicky Brown's got the challenge card out, and we'll see it here. We'll get that one on the video board for sure. Right now it's 20-all. That's given the point on that serve. These two teams were pretty evenly matched for about half of the match yesterday. A 25-20 win in Indiana for the first set. It looked, again, like the Hawkeyes were going to fall behind early and have to claw their way out, but after winning the second set pretty handily, it looked like they were in control. And we're seeing this on the video board, and this ball looks pretty cleanly in. Have it frame by frame here. That ball is as in as it could be on that back corner. That's going to go as an ace for Ortega, undoubtedly. I saw that in real time and was surprised at the call. I'll be surprised if this stays. Little stats check. Indiana's picked up the pace. 13 kills, a hitting percentage at .250. They're led by Tommy Stockham and Layla Blackwell. Blackwell, 4 kills, 5 tries, no errors. Seeing this one more time on the board. That's got to go as in my opinion. One thing we've learned in college sports with review is it's not official until we get the official word. What you think is one thing could be another. So not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but it would be a 21-19 Iowa lead near the tail end of this first set. So Stockham and Blackwell lead the way for both teams in kills with 4. Brooke Westbeld has 6 assists. That leads all players. 3 players have a block, Blackwell and Edwards for Indiana. Bizzario has a solo block for Iowa. And it's Courtney Bizzario who has 4 digs for Iowa to lead all players. Been a pretty good match so far, evenly matched. Both teams playing well defensively. 9 digs for Indiana, 7 for Iowa. Each team has a block. That's a low number considering there were 32 of them yesterday for Iowa. We're still waiting on the official call. The replay official down there far side near the Iowa bench. We're seeing it up on the video boards here in Extreme Arena. I'd be surprised, like I said, to see this call stay as what was called. But the length of time they're taking to look at this is a bit interesting. It's not like a lot of other sports where you have to worry about time, where the ball should be placed, possession. It's pretty cut and dry. You just have to get who got the point, and we're about to get that word in just a moment as the official is down in front of the official score giving word. Right now it's 20-20, but that's banking on a Bailey Ortega service error. Still waiting to get word. If it was an ace after this review, this ball is certainly in, and it is. That's the official call. So an ace for Bailey Ortega in Iowa. That was no doubt the right call. 21-19. Iowa in front by 2. Fitzner to Colheed, blocked away, but a kill for Savannah Colheed. Ashley Zuloff checks in for Indiana. Again, we didn't see her at all yesterday, but we've now seen her twice in the first set. Here's the set for Bizzario and a kill. (22-20) Hawkeyes. Lowry in black in, Schmidt, Schlegel out for Iowa. Fitzner, the set for Stockham, lobs it over. This is hit 3, and Boyer drops it over. Fitzner back to Stockham. That's a crushing blow. Tommy Stockham with a big, well-timed kill for the Hoosiers. (22-21). Serve from Colheed, the tail end of this first set. Bizzario with the kill. 2 straight Iowa points have been by Courtney Bizzario. Blythe Reinsel serve for the Hawkeyes, needing 2 to take set 1. She missed. Reins with a service error. I mentioned a key to victory for Iowa is to not give up 3 points. 2 errors compared to 3 for Indiana on serves, but the timing of those errors matters just as much as the actual point itself. And 23-22, 1-point lead for Iowa. That's Oliphant to serve. And Doug, it's an ace. Right in front of Leanne Lowry. It's another ace. Timeout called by Iowa. 23-all in this first set. The Hawkeyes are out of timeouts. We'll come back with the last few points of this first set. This is Big Ten Volleyball on BTN+. 23-all, and Sophie Oliphant is back to serve for Indiana in this first set. A boomer bust server. So the most errors and the most aces in the Indiana team. Here's Bizzario blocked at the net. Set point for Indiana as Blackwell and Stockham pick up a block. Boyer. Here's Bizzario. It's a kill. Extra points in the first set as Courtney Bizzario with the kill. Westbeld in. Geddes in as well for Indiana as Fitzner and Oliphant check out. Steve Eyre takes his final timeout. 24-all in the first set. Extra points early on as these two evenly matched teams will play extras in the first set. We'll come back in 60 seconds. Big Ten Volleyball, BTN+. 24-all. Courtney Bizzario to serve for Iowa as they have the side-out chance, and it's an ace for Bizzario. Set point in the first set. An ace from Bizzario means the Hawkeyes are a point away from winning set 1 at home. They've won 3 straight sets against Indiana. One in the dirt, barely saved by Westbeld. Black, wide. 25s. Iowa's won the last 3 matches against Indiana. All-time series favors the Hoosiers 40-38. But historically, it's evenly matched, with Iowa getting a slight bump. It was a good dig by Stockham. Edwards, as Black shot that sideways. Back to her, dropped over, and a block. And it's a kill for Indiana. (26-25). Stockham serves with the end of set 1 on the line. Audrey Black lobs one over and will play more. Back and forth first set. This is a tough set to lose, whichever team does. It's a soul-crushing defeat when you lose in extra points. Here's Edwards. It's a kill, Brianna Edwards. It's kill number 2 for the junior outside hitter. 27-26, set point again for Indiana. Armstrong to serve for Indiana. Bizzario, the set for Clayton. It's a kill. They went to the easy money. Hannah Clayton seemingly automatic lately. She had 13 kills at 667 hitting percentage yesterday, and now today is 3 for 4. 27 all. Westbeld. It's a Geddes that knocks it over. Schlegel, the set for Schmidt, and it's a kill for Adina Schmidt, and it's set point for the Hawkeyes. 28-27. Set point for Iowa. Colheed, it's a kill. Savannah Colheed on the board. It's her 4th kill in 4 tries. It's an impressive early stat line for the youngster, the freshman. Middle blockers notched 11 kills so far in this 2-game series. 28s. Boyer to Bizzario. Adina Schmidt, and it's a kill. Well, both teams have decided to be incredibly efficient once they got to 20. And it's been trading kills ever since. 29-28. And Kendra Hansen serving for Iowa. It's Westbeld, kept alive by Boyer. And Schmidt just hits it over. At the net, it's a kill. Check that, it's out. It's called out against Brianna Edwards, and that ends the first set. Steve Eyre doesn't like the call. Right now, the Hawkeyes have the set win 30-28. We'll step away. We'll come back with the end of the first, or rather with the start of the second set. 30-28, Hawkeyes take set 1. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. This is Big Ten Volleyball on BTN+. Welcome back inside Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa. John Rawson with you as the Hawkeyes took the first set 30-28. There was a review on the final call. That was the part of the extended break we had, but they only confirmed what was originally called, and that's an Iowa set 1 win, 30-28. And now the Hawkeyes will serve to start the second set. Little stats recap of the first set. Indiana as a team hit 263 compared to Iowa's 206. But the Hawkeyes didn't commit errors on the serves and picked up 4 aces to only 1 for Indiana. So the Hawkeyes won that first set essentially on serves with how evenly matched they were everywhere else. Hawkeye defense was slightly better as well. Fitzner sprints after it, dives, and it's barely kept alive, and they're saying it's on the other side of the flag. Leanne Lowry still serving for Iowa. Hawkeyes pick up the first point, a set 2 down the middle. Edwards, Lowry the dig. Here's Bizzario. Kill chance, and Fitzner can't quite keep it up. It's an Iowa point on the Courtney Bizzario kill. It's number 5 for her. She leads the entire Hawkeye team. Both her and Tommy Stockham of Indiana have 5 kills. And Lowry serves one to the net. Service error 3 for the Hawkeyes. Each of these teams are 3 apiece. And the Dayton transfer, senior Brooke Westbeld, to serve for Indiana. The set for Bizzario. Blocked at the net. Blackwell and Stockham with the block for Indiana. And we're tied at 2. Ortega to Audrey Black, and it's too far. And check that, they give the point to Iowa, saying it was clipped at the net. So that was out, it was long, but the official saying that's because it was tipped. Steve Ayer did seem to have some gripes with the officiating, not just today, but yesterday as well. Seems like a lot of the 50-50 calls haven't gone his way, which is certainly frustrating, and especially when you've lost a lot of close sets, that can be incredibly frustrating. There's the set and a block at the net. Westbeld to Blackwell. Lowry keeps it up. Down the middle, Clayton too far. That was too far from Hannah Clayton. 4-3, Iowa still leads by 1 as Boyer checks in. Here's Clayton with the kill for Iowa. Hawkeyes get the point back. Early in the second set, Hawkeyes have a 5-3 lead. Ortega out, Hansen in for Iowa. Courtney Bizzario to serve. She has 5 kills, tied for the lead of all players, and has 5 digs as well, and that's the most between both rosters. There's Armstrong, who propels it over. Hansen with a lob. It's been a sloppy volley, and it ends with an Emily Fitzner kill. So Fitzner on the kill. It's Fitzner's first. She doesn't play that outside hitter position too often, but they've slotted her into that role a little bit today as Armstrong's serve is too low, and it's a point for Iowa, 6-4 in favor of the Hawkeyes. 6 aces to only 1 for Indiana, so Iowa leads the ace department by 5. They have 1 less error. (6-4) Hawkeye lead. Westbeld. Edwards, too far. Missed that side mark right in front of the official. Was pushed over by Stockham, and there's Clayton. Stockham to Edwards, and a block, but it's off the flag and a point to Indiana. (7-5). A Brianna Edwards kill is knocked as her third on the card. Had 15 kills yesterday, 46 coming into the weekend series, as that's too far from Clayton once again. And check that, they call that in, that it was tipped. That one was tipped. The last one looked exactly like that. It was too long, but on the review, we can see that one was tipped. Fitzner sprints after it, can't make the play, and it's a Hawkeye point. It's an ace for Iowa. Timeout, Steve Aird. 9-5 Iowa. Indiana really struggling here in this two-game set against Iowa. We'll step away. 9-5 Hawkeyes lead set 2 after winning the first set. This is Big Ten Volleyball on BTN Plus. Boyer serves a 9-5 Hawkeye lead in the second set. There's Westveld kept alive. Here's Schmidt blocked to the net and an Indiana point. 9-6 Hawkeyes still lead by 3. There's a block again, back-to-back blocks. In the middle, it's Colheed and Westveld. (9-7) Iowa. Bizzario goes to Reentz, and it's Stockham dug out by Boyer. Here's Schmidt. There's a kill for Adina Schmidt. There's Colheed. It's a block. Schmidt and Reentz. 11-7 Hawkeyes, set 2. Stockham. Boyer the dig. It goes over the net, and it's Colheed that hits the back line and a kill for Indiana. Boyer to Schmidt. Too far. Too much heat on it. It's a point for Indiana. Colheed serving for Indiana. Ortega to Bizzario. And it's a block for Indiana. 11-10, Iowa only leads by 1. There's a kill for Iowa. They get it back. Blythe Reentz with that kill for Iowa. 12-10 Iowa. Stockham gets a block that goes a mile high, and it's a kill for Tommy Stockham. That ball went about 2 rows deep. And Brooke Westbeld will serve, trying to tie this up for Indiana. Indiana point on a hit off the flag, and it's 12-12. Iowa and Indiana tied now, middle of the second set. There's Reins, too far. So Reins misses that back line. It's called out. Westbeld serving, 13-12 Indiana. They've rattled off 3 straight points. Westbeld, Stockham, it's a block, it's kept alive. There's Zuloff, too long. Bizzario far side, it's a kill as Zuloff got a hand on it. 13-all. And Blythe Reins will serve for Iowa. 13-all in the second set. Couple tips at the net. That's a point to Indiana. Seemed like on a line violation. Look, a foot stepped over the line, Courtney Bizzario. So Courtney Bizzario's foot went over the line. Ortega can't keep it up off the net. It's a miss hit for Iowa, and it's now 16-13. Vicki Brown needs to talk. Check that, 15-13. That's the score. Indiana by 2. Looking to take the second set after dropping set 1. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. This is Big Ten Volleyball on BTN+. 15-13, Indiana by 2 as Stockham will serve. Here's Audrey Black. Armstrong the dig. Stockham down the middle. It's a kill for Tommy Stockham. Kill number 7. Black barely keeps it up as Clayton propels it over. Westbeld, Edwards blocked away, but it's a kill. Brianna Edwards gets the kill. (17-13). It's a 4-0 run for Indiana. As Iowa needs a rally and needs one soon. They're going to come back in this second set. They won the first set 30-28. There's the serve from Stockham, low liner, received by Bizzario, but an errant reception, and it's an Indiana point on an ace. 18-13, 5 straight. 1 timeout apiece. Stockham serve. Bizzario, too far. Wide on the kill shot from Courtney Bizzario, and it's another point for Indiana as they lead by 6, 19-13. Ortega to Clayton. Good reaches, they keep it alive. Edwards with the lob over, and it's a kill for Brianna Edwards. And it's straight sauce right now, Indiana. Comfortably in control. Vicki Brown will talk. 20-13, Iowa trails Indiana by 7 in the second set. And we'll step away. This is Big Ten Volleyball on BTN+. Here's the serve from Stockham. 7 straight points for Indiana. They lead 20-13. And it's a solo block for Layla Blackwell and a point for Indiana. They lead 8. Barely gets over on the serve from Stockham. Here's Audrey Black, a block, and another point for Indiana. This is very reminiscent of the second set yesterday, except the roles have been reversed. Indiana lost the second set yesterday 25-15, and now it's 22-13 in favor of Indiana. So they've turned the tables. Ortega to Black. Kept up by Stockham. Armstrong sprints after it. It's Westbeld that drops it over. Here's Bizzario. There's a kill for Courtney Bizzario. Iowa won the first set 30-28. Hawkeyes need a few straight points here, trailing by 8. It's an 8-1 run for Indiana. Westbeld to Blackwell, and a kill. Layla Blackwell.
for Indiana.
23-14. Armstrong serve. There's Kendra Hansen. Tough angle. Still got it over. Colheed. Boyer dives after it, but that's hit 3. And it's a point for Indiana, 24-14. They are in control with set point pending here in the second set. Boyer to Hansen. There's a set far side for Edwards and an easy kill, and that's the second set. 25-14, Indiana takes the second set. We'll step away for 5 minutes, come back with sets 3 and 4. One set apiece between Indiana and Iowa, more coming later. This is Big Ten Volleyball on BTN+. John Rawson with you on BTN Plus as we get set for the third set between Indiana and Iowa. Both teams 1 and 4. Indiana looking to pick up a win after losing yesterday 3-1. The Hawkeyes got their first win yesterday, looking to win back-to-back. They've won 3 straight matches against Indiana, the 2 last year and the 1 yesterday. It's a set apiece right now for each team. Iowa took the first set 30-28. Indiana took the second set 25-14. Hoosiers are hitting nearly 300 as a unit. The Hawkeyes are hitting at 048. The only thing that kept the Hawkeyes in the first set was aces and errors. They had 6 aces to 1 error for Indiana. It had 1 less error. That was really the big sticking point. Colheed to serve to start the third set. But it's Colheed, Edwards, Fitzner, Stockham, Blackwell, and Westbeld. The 6 for Indiana. Here's Andre Black that lobs one over. The 6 for Iowa, Bizzario, Clayton, Black, Ortega, Lowry, Boyer. One 0 Indiana. They pick up the first point of set 3 after winning set 2 by 11, or rather by 9, 25-14. Math's not the major here, folks. Blackwell. Colheed digs it out. Down the middle. Edwards stuffed at the net. Hit three. It's Stockham over the net. And a diving dig by Lowry. Good volley here. Stockham. Far side. Too much. Check that. Have a call-in violation on Iowa. Gives that back to Indiana. That one too long. They're saying it was tipped. So a tip by that Hawkeye front line, and we might see a challenge card come out here. We'll see what Vicky Brown opts to do. First 2 points picked up by the Hoosiers. We will have a challenge cards, so we'll step away, come back with that ruling. Indiana on the board has the first 2 points of the third set. Vicky Brown's challenge doesn't work out for Iowa. Point stays with Indiana. It's 2-0 Hoosiers to start set 3. Each team's won a set. Big third set, just like it was yesterday when it was 2-1, or rather 1-1 apiece going into set 3. Hawkeyes would squeak out the third set 26-24 and then run away with set 4 to pick up a 3-1 win. So a Hannah Clayton kill leads to a Jocelyn Boyer serve off the top of the net, and it's a service error, and it's 3-1 Indiana. Brooke Westbeld back to serve. Ortega, it's Reins, and a kill for Blythe Reins. That's her second. 2 kills, 3 errors on 6 tries. It's been Hannah Clayton who's been money again for Iowa. 6 kills on 11 tries with a pair of errors. Over to Blackwell, who sprints around for a kill. Perfectly done by Indiana. Nice set and a good kill. There's a drop over and a kill, it looks like, again for Blythe Reins. But an Iowa point makes it 4-3. Maddie Schlegel will serve for Iowa. Down a point in the third set, 4-3. Lob over by Edwards. They go to Kendra Hansen on the outside as Westbeld pops it up. Here's Edwards. A block of the net, but past the front line. I said the key for Indiana, number 1 key to victory today, was get past the front line. 8 blocks for Indiana, 2 for Iowa. Second point, efficiency. As a team, Indiana's hitting .324. Both keys right now paying off for Indiana as they lead early in the third set. Armstrong, Edwards, that one's toiled away. Couple drops and a point for Iowa. 5-4 Hoosiers. My keys for Iowa were to win at the net, and they're not doing that. 6 less blocks at Indiana. And point 2 was not give up free points. They're matching on errors, but they've made up with 7 aces and now 5 errors, so they're losing the error department. But they're up on total serve points with 3 extra points off serves. 6-4 Hoosiers. Bizzario to Clayton, propped up by Armstrong. Here's Edwards. Boyer's left hand saves it. Here's Schmidt. Armstrong knocks that near her bench. Stockham sprints after it. And it's Armstrong that gets it over. Perfect set for Clayton and a kill. Hannah Clayton gets a kill for Iowa. Ortega's serve. It's Edwards. Here's Colheed, swatted away, but kept alive by Bizzario. Here's Ortega to Schmidt. That's a kill. Adina Schmidt with a kill. Six all, Ortega serves. That's out. Ortega misses down the line on the far side. It's a point for Indiana on Iowa's sixth ace, or rather sixth error on serves. Ashley Zuloff will serve. Ortega, the set. Clayton, it's long. Here's Clayton, tries to sneak one over. Stockhand blocked. Clayton and Bizzario. Clayton and Bizzario, the block for Iowa. It's 8-7, Indiana by 1, and Leanne Lowry back to serve. And too far, Lowry. Another error for Iowa on serves. They have 7 errors and 7 aces, so they've negated their 7 aces. Iowa giving away 3 points. Bizzario. Off Fitzner, good dig. Here's Stockham. A diving dig by Lowry, and it's a point Indiana as the dig was off the net. 10-7 Indiana by 3. Colheed will serve. Bizzario, that's a kill. It's a kill for Courtney Bizzario as it's 10-8 Indiana. And Jocelyn Boyer will serve for the Hawkeyes. Fitzner to Blackwell. It's a kill. Assist number 10 for Emily Fitzner as Blackwell picks up her 7th kill. And a quick substitution as Oliphant checks in. Brooke Westbeld checks out for the Hoosiers. 11-8. Hoosiers by 3. Nearing the middle portion of the third set. Bizzario to Black, and it's a block, but a kill as the block was out. Audrey Black gets the kill. Kendra Hansen checks in for Bailey Ortega, and Bizzario to serve for the Hawkeyes. Here's Stockham. Bizzario hits that one. Lowry to Hansen. Stockham blocked at the net, but it's in. Stockham, too much heat on it. Got it through the front line of Iowa. It's 12-9 Indiana. Iowa will take a timeout. Hawkeyes trail by 3 in the third set. This is Big Ten Volleyball on BTN+. Tommy Stockham will serve. 12-9 Indiana. Westbeld, dead center, Blackwell. Dig by Boyer. Here's Audrey Black. Barely dug out. Armstrong on hit 3 gets it over. Black swatted. Fitzner Blackwell with the block. And it's 13-9, Indiana by 4 in the third set. And Stockham leaves it short. It's an error for Tommy Stockham. Schlegel will check in to serve. Armstrong, Westbeld. A little bit of miscommunication. They still get it over. And there's Reigns, who's swatted by Blackwell. And it's a point for Indiana. 14-10, Hoosiers by 4. Savannah Colheed checks into the front line. Armstrong serve. Bizzario, far side set Hansen, swatted Colheed. Savannah Colheed with the block, checks in. It's 11 blocks today for Indiana. Bizzario to Hansen, gets it past the front line, but not past Armstrong. There's a drop. It's hit over. Westbeld, the set, Stockham, and it's tipped. Was it? It looked tipped, and it was. That looked pretty cleanly tipped by Iowa's front line, and originally Iowa was celebrating, but that's an Indiana point, 16-10 in the third set. Reigns with the kill. Was hit off Westbeld. It's a point for Iowa as Reigns will serve 16-11. So Reigns will serve. Hawkeyes trail by 5 in the third set. Stockham to Edwards. Reigns digs it out. There's Schmidt. Armstrong, nice dig. Dead center, Stockham, it's money. Tommy Stockham is straight cash, homie. 13 kills in 25 tries. A hit percentage north of 400. And a quick sub as Ortega's in for Iowa. Hansen heads to the bench. 17-11 Indiana. And it's been all Tommy Stockham on both sides. She has 13 kills. The next closest is Courtney Bizzario with 8 for Iowa. Clayton is swatted away, but it's out off the hands of Edwards. It's a kill for Hannah Clayton. And the Hawkeyes up by 5, rather down by 5 in the third set, 17-12. That was Ortega's 17th assist. And now she serves. Fitzner to Colheed, Boyer digs. Bizzario tries to sneak one over, but she's met again at the net. Indiana point, it's 18-12. Ashley Zuloff checks in. There's Clayton. Good reception by Zuloff. There's Stockham, another kill. 14 for Tommy Stockham, and it's 19-12. And Vicki Brown calls her final timeout of this third set. Hawkeyes trail by 7, 19-12. We'll step away, come right back. Hoosiers in control in set 3. This is Big Ten Volleyball on BTN Plus. Here's Ortega to Clayton and a quick kill out of the timeout for Iowa. And it's 19-13 Indiana, but Iowa's still a pretty big hole to climb out of. Adina Schmidt back to serve as the Hawkeyes trail by 6. Tail end of set 3. Fitzner to Westbeld. Ortega is there on the far side. Audrey Black to Armstrong. Tough dig, and there's a kill for Courtney Bizzario. Just waiting at the net, gets the easy kill. Fitzner, Colheed, that's out. Iowa point on the haywire kill try from Colheed. And now Steve Aird will talk. Timeout Hoosiers, 19-15. Indiana still leads by 4. This is Big Ten Volleyball on BTN+. 4-point lead for Indiana, back end of set 3. Schmidt to serve for Iowa as the Hawkeyes have rallied with 3 straight points to close the deficit, and Colheed knocks one off Boyer's face, but it's kept alive. Colheed to Fitzner, rather other way around, Fitzner to Colheed in a kill, but it's still 20-15, a 5-point lead, as Indiana only needs 5 more points to end out set 3. Each team with a set apiece. Hawkeyes took set 1 in extras, 30-28. Then Indiana with a 25-14 win in the second set. And there's a kill on the back line. Sneaks one through. Boyer serves for Iowa, 2016. Armstrong. The set to Stockham, and another kill. Tommy Stockham's got 15. Substitution. The one thing is that I've noticed doing volleyball games for a while now in 2020/2021 is that the officials wear a mask, but they have an electronic whistle. Now, I'm embarrassed to say this, but I'm going to because I think it's important. I've spent now over 20 years of my life not being able to use an actual whistle. I can't whistle like to a song or anything like that. I can't blow a whistle normally. But if someone gave me an electronic whistle, I'd be good to go. It's the reason I've stayed away from refereeing. Even if it's rec basketball, I stay away from reffing it because I can't blow a whistle. That's a true story, folks. I've made a career out of broadcasting because I can't blow a whistle. I'm going to put that on the board. You guys can take that to the bank and deposit that in as an embarrassing fact about me. So I see those electronic whistles, and now I begin to regret. I'm just kidding, I don't. I love what I do. We're having a lot of fun. New Extreme Arena, one of the select few that gets to be here. Probably a crowd of around 250. Maybe a little bit less, somewhere around the 100 to 250 mark. But it's a brand new facility, extremely nice, and it'll be good to see a lot more volleyball get played in professional hockey coming in the fall as Bizzario's serve is long. Tough error for Iowa. Indiana by 6, 23-17. But my entire point of this whole entire story is that electronic whistles should be the future. And if they stay the future, I called it here first. 23-17, and an error from Stockham gives it back to Iowa. Riley's got to start now, down 5. Indiana only needs 2 points to win the set. Essentially, that means if Indiana gets a point, they'll serve set point. Westbeld, the set for Edwards. It's Adina Schmidt's turn, and she's blocked. Fitzner and Blackwell again. Layla Blackwell has 9 blocks on the day. She's contributed on 9 of the 12 Hoosier blocks this evening. And now it's set point in the third set. Indiana looking to take sets 2 and 3 back-to-back. Hansen, blocked. There it is. Set 3 in the books. Indiana takes the third set. 25-18. They win 2 straight sets. 25-14, 25-18. We'll step away. Fourth set coming next. Indiana just needs 1 to win. 2-1. Indiana leads in sets. We'll come back in 3 minutes. This is Big Ten Volleyball on BTN+. Fourth set from Extreme Arena in Coralville, Iowa, as the Iowa Hawkeyes trail 2-1 to the Indiana Hoosiers. John Rawson here with you as the Hoosiers have dominated in a lot of categories statistically. Hitting percentage, they're up by over 200. They match in digs. They lead in blocks 13-4. They're winning their side-out chances. And they've got less errors on serves than Iowa. The only thing the Hawkeyes are winning is net serve points, which is service aces minus errors, and Iowa's -1 and Indiana is -2, so 1 push point doesn't mean too much as Stockham gets dug out by Boyer. Impressive play. Hansen. There's Haley Armstrong diving to make a play. It's back to Stockham again, and that one's tipped and a point for Indiana. It was long, but tipped. So Oliphant will check in. It's Westbell that goes to the bench. And Oliphant will serve. Indiana just needs to win the fourth set to win the match. They lost 3-1 yesterday, looking to snap a 3-game losing skid against the Hawkeyes. In fact, last year, the Hawkeyes only won 4 conference games in 20 goes, 2 of them against Indiana. 4 hits on Indiana. And it's a point for Iowa. There's the serve from Boyer. It's Westbell, the set for Blackwell. It's an Iowa block on that far side, or that near side rather. It's Reins and Adina Schmidt that met Blackwell at the net. 2-1 Hawkeyes. There's Blackwell, too long. Iowa starts out the gate strong, 3-1. Iowa. It's Boyer on the dig from Stockham's kill try. It's Hansen who's blocked. Stockham and Blackwell pick up a block. That's 10 blocks for Layla Blackwell. And it's Tommy Stockham who's back to serve. Stockham leads all players. 16 kills today in 30 tries. Only 2 errors. 467 on the hit percentage. You want the quick math. Schmidt gets a kill for Adina Schmidt and an Iowa point. 4-2 Hawkeyes. Bailey Ortega will serve for Iowa, trailing 2 in a do-or-die set, and it's Blackwell, money. Layla Blackwell picks up kill 8. It's been a highly efficient game. We'll go back to those keys to victory again. In order for Indiana to pick up win number 2, they had to get past Iowa's front line. Well, Iowa has 5 blocks. They've got to be efficient. Their hit percentage right around 300 today. The Hawkeyes haven't done either of their keys, which is to win at the net. They're getting outblocked by 9, and to not give up free points. They have 8 errors on serves compared to only 6 for Indiana. Here's Schmidt, blocked at the net. Colheed and Fitzner. It's Fitzner that stepped up to that front line today a bit more and has 3 blocks on the day. And it's a 4-4 set here in the fourth. 4s are wild here in Extreme Arena. Bizzario just tries to dump one over. No dice there. It's Brianna Edwards who's blocked away. This is hit 3. And it's Westbeld that pops it over. Set for Schmidt. Stockham with the dig. Back to Stockham. Boyer manages to stay alive. Nonetheless, dig that out, and Bizzario is wide. How about Jocelyn Boyer? Not only did she stop that from hitting her square in the face, she kept it up. You know, they say the big thing about digs is stay low. You stay lower than the ball, you're good every time. Because if the ball comes screaming at your face like that when you're low, you can just use your hands to pop it up. You don't have to traditional dig it out with the forearms. You can pop it, at least for a good set opportunity. 6-4 Hoosiers, 4 straight points has put Indiana in front. Here's Bizzario, but it's Westbeld that sprints in to receive it. Here's Edwards, near the line. Good play by Ortega. Raines tries to drop one over, but it's Fitzner that waits patiently. And it's Stockham down the middle, dug out by Schlegel. Back and forth we go, and it's Bizzario that puts the period on that set point, and it's 6-5, Indiana by 1. So punctuate to that big, long volley. Hawkeyes look for that as a momentum shift. Leanne Lowry back to serve for Iowa. Near the line, probably no need for Edwards to make that play. Wasn't willing to risk it. (6-6) in the 4th set. 2 straight points for Iowa. Blocked. There's Westbeld. Goes to Stockham. It's a kill for Tommy Stockham. Emily Fitzner will serve. Fitzner. Westbeld. Brianna Edwards is blocked away. It's a point for Iowa off the block, and it's 7-7 here in the 4th set. Reed's serve is long. That's air 9 on serves for the Hawkeyes. And it's Zuloff that checks in. Ortega to Clayton. It's a kill for Hannah Clayton. Kendra Hansen checks in for Bailey Ortega. It's Bizzario back to serve, and it's 8-8. Trading points here in the 4th set. Iowa needs a win to force set 5. Here's Westbeld. Couldn't quite get it over the front line. Stockham gets it to Boyer, but a good pushover and somehow kept alive. And they're calling that a ball on the ground, and that's what it looked like earlier. I'm surprised they waited so long to call it. Vicki Brown has got the challenge card out. She might challenge this play. It's 9-8 Indiana, and we will see the challenge. So we'll step away, come back with that final ruling. Right now it's 9-8 Indiana on a kill by Savannah Colheed. We come back, we'll have the final rule. 4th set, Indiana just needs to win set 4 to take the match and pick up their 2nd win. This is Big Ten Volleyball on BTN+. The ruling is the call stands. It's what I thought would happen. It's 9-8 Indiana. And it's Colheed back to serve. She picked up her 8th kill. And it's a block and a kill. One of those two is going to go. Might have been Brooke Westfeld. Gets credit with a block or a kill there for Indiana. Colheed, Stockham goes for it and hit that long. Fitzner was just waiting to knock it over, and Stockham came in and knocked that too long. Schlegel and Schmidt check in. It's Maddie Schlegel that goes back to serve. (10-9) Indiana in the fourth set. Set, Blackwell. No dice there. It's Hansen. That's a kill of her own. Kendra Hansen picks up kill 3. Boyer. There's Schmidt. And that's a kill for Adina Schmidt. 11-10 Iowa on the kill from Adina Schmidt. Fitzner, Stockham, lobs one over. We'll go near side now. Westbeld, it's too long. But a tip by Iowa. Vicki Brown does not like the call, saying that her front line didn't touch it. A substitution, as both these head coaches have been at odds with the officiating crew over the last couple days. And earlier today, Steve Baird was not getting a 50-50 call. And now, later on, it hasn't been Vicki Brown, so you know what they say, what the ref giveth, they taketh away. But Adina Schmidt gets a clean kill for Iowa. It's 12-11. Middle of set 4. 2-1, Indiana leads in the set department. That one right in the ground at Armstrong. It's an ace for Jocelyn Boyer. (13-11). Hawkeyes by 2. Armstrong. Westbeld for Stockham. That's cash. Tommy Stockham. It honestly feels like whenever she hits it, I don't have to say anything. Everybody knows it's in. She has 19 kills today, folks. That's a number. That's a big number. Next closest is Hannah Clayton with 11 on the Hawkeyes. That's context. On her own roster, Colheed and Blackwell both have 8, and they give it back to Iowa. 14-12 after the air. Now it's Bailey Ortega that's in to serve. Here's Edwards with the kill as Schlegel sends that one deep. 14-13. Haley Armstrong will serve. Hawkeyes up a point. Ortega, the set for Reeds. Westbeld goes to Stockham. It's a kill for Tommy Stockham. 14s in the fourth set. We've got a whistle, and the official wants a cleanup on the spot that Ortega dove in. 14's Armstrong. 14 in the black libero jersey where Indiana will serve. And that's an ace. Armstrong right at Schlegel. Saw that exact service ace happen yesterday. Armstrong to Schlegel, opposite corner. It's the second ace from Armstrong today. And again goes to Schlegel. And Bizario's blocked, and it's a nice block from Brianna Edwards. 16-14. 4 straight points for Indiana has jumped them in front by 2. Ortega, the set to Reams, and it's a kill for Iowa. 16-15, Indiana by 1 as Audrey Black checks in. Adina Schmidt to serve. Edwards, kill. Brianna Edwards. Two-point lead. Indiana looking to come away with a victory in 4 sets. They need 8 points to do it. Bizzario right down Main Street with the kill for Iowa, and it's 17-16. Blythe Reams back to serve. Fitzner, as Colheed drops it over. And Schmidt receives. Bizzario's blocked. It's Colheed and Westbeld. 18-16 Indiana. And Ashley Zuloff checks in. Ortega to Clayton. Now here's Westbeld, cranks back, and it's too long. Brooke Westbeld haywire on that kill try, and it's 18-17. Indiana still by 1. Raises the net, kept up. There's Westbeld. Schmidt with a dig. There's Hansen. It's dug out. Armstrong keeps it in, and it's Fitzner that gets it over. Fitzner, the set. Stockham, far side. What a dig by Jocelyn Boyer. Here's Hansen. Back and forth we go. Back to Stockham. Again, Boyer there. Kendra Hansen deflected at the net. Stockham once more. 3 times Iowa's answered. Clayton is blocked. Boyer's there. Schmidt tried to drop one over, but Armstrong there waiting. Stockham and a diving Kendra Hansen keeps it up. Black is blocked. What a volley, the longest of the day, and it's too long from Adina Schmidt. A crushing blow to Iowa. That's one that hurts. A long volley, a big momentum swing for Indiana. And Vicki Brown senses that, takes a timeout to try to stifle it. 19-17, Indiana by 2 in the 4th set. They need one more set to win. They lead 2-1 here in Coralville. This is Big Ten Volleyball on BTN+. Savannah Colheed will serve for Indiana. 19-17, Hoosiers by 2. And it's off the net. That's a tough error for Indiana. And it's Slagle that checks in for Iowa and will serve for the Hawkeyes, down by 1 in an elimination fourth set. Fitzner, Stockham, Cash, 21 kills. Tommy Stockham leads the charge for Indiana. 2018. And Sophie Oliphant, that will serve, the sophomore back for Indiana. Already has a pair of aces today. I was probably out, but kept alive anyway, as Hansen just propels it over. Back line at Zuloff. There's Schmidt, locked away. Stockham wants it. Buzario digs it out. There's Hansen with a kill. Kendra Hansen makes it 2019. Iowa's still down by 1. Westbeld to Stockham. It's another kill for Tommy Stockham. And it's 21-19 Indiana. And Brianna Edwards checks in, and Stockham will serve. Two-point lead for the Hoosiers. They need 4 to win the match. Schmidt kept alive by Stockham. Armstrong races over, sets up Tommy, and Boyer digs it out. Here's Schmidt, blocked. Fitzner and Blackwell with the block for Indiana. Timeout, Vicki Brown, 22-19. Hoosiers knocking on the door of a win. We'll step away for 60 seconds, come right back. Don't go anywhere. We've got the end coming up shortly. This is Big Ten Volleyball on BTN Plus. Tail end of the fourth set. We'll take you home here on BTN Plus. Indiana only needs 3 more points to win the match. But Iowa still right there. It's 22-19. And it's too long. Iowa bailed out by a Tommy Stockham service error. Ortega will serve. Hawkeyes trail 2. And a bad reception from Brianna Edwards. It's an ace for Ortega. This is a big point. Biggest of the night. Ortega to serve. Hawkeyes trail 1. Westbeld. The set for Edwards. Diving big by Slagle. Reens. Fitzner can't keep it up. And Iowa's tied it up. $22-all in a timeout. Steve Aird. We'll step away for a minute. We'll come back. 22-all in the fourth set from Extreme Arena. Bailey Ortega will serve for Iowa. 22-all in the fourth set. Iowa on a 3-0 scoring run to tie it up. Armstrong. Westbeld. Big. Layla Blackwell. Well, this is a huge point for Indiana. You get the point here. You get side-out opportunity. You serve for match point. 23-22. Armstrong will serve. Ortega. The set down the middle. Reens, but it's dug out by Westbeld. It's a block. Blythe Reens. The gold 11 beats the red 11. And it's 23s. Adina Schmidt will serve for Iowa. Schmidt's serve grazes the net. Westbeld Stockham, it's too far. Set point in the fourth set. Timeout, Indiana. 24-23. Iowa leads by 1 in the fourth set. A big late rally has given them a 1-point lead here in the end of the fourth. We'll step away. We'll come right back. Big Ten Volleyball here on BTN Plus. Set point in the fourth set. Adina Schmidt will serve to keep the Hawkeyes alive. 24-23 Iowa. Bad serve, bad reception by Edwards, but Stockham gets blocked. Westbeld, it's Edwards, Boyer digs. The set, and it's a kill, and we'll play 5 in Coralville. 25-23, Iowa takes set 4. So we'll play a 5th set between Indiana and Iowa. We'll step away, come back in 3 minutes. A short one, a sprint to the finish line. 2 sets apiece, set 5 coming up in 3 minutes. This is Big Ten Volleyball, BTN Plus. 5th set coming up in 30 seconds, but before we do it, upcoming schedules first for Indiana. It's at home against Wisconsin, at Purdue, or at Penn State rather, and then a home and home. The first, though, will be at home against Purdue and then on the road against the Boilermakers. So a pretty tough 6-game upcoming stretch. This feels like a must-win when you got those 6 upcoming matches. For the Iowa Hawkeyes, next 3 weekends will be at Ohio State, at home against Rutgers, and at Northwestern to end out February. We'll play a 5th set. Riley scored a 15. Indiana won sets 2 and 3 with the Hawkeyes. That made an Indiana sandwich. Won the first set 30-28 and the fourth set 25-23. Here's what we've learned from so far in this match is that if it's a close set, Iowa will win. If it's not, Indiana will. But 15, you're not a lot of time to pull away in 15 as Schmidt is long and it was tipped. And it's an Iowa point. Steve Barrett is incredibly confused by that call, and he's going to challenge this one undoubtedly. Indiana does not believe they touched that, but Schmidt hit that one and hit it long, but referee on the net said it was tipped. Steve Aird is talking with that net side official on the far side about this call. He does not like it. Thought that one was untouched and just hit long. And it looks like we won't see a challenge. 1-0 Iowa. Justin Boyer to serve. It's a set. And it's Tommy Stockham with another kill to even the score at 1. Oliphant will check in. Westbeld out for Indiana. (1-1). Oliphant on the serve. And Schmidt hits that back corner. Adina Schmidt the kill for Iowa, and it's 2-1. Ortega's serve, low liner, kept up by Haley Armstrong, and it's Stockham again, another kill. 24 for Tommy Stockham. 2-2 as Stockham back to serve. She's had 52 kill tries, converted on 24 of them with only 4 errors. And an easy kill. Check that, it missed. Brianna Edwards had a layup and just missed it. 3-2 Iowa. And Adina Schmidt's serve is off the mark. Misses far side. It's 3-3. Ortega sets up Reins, but she whiffed. It's a point for Indiana on a 4-hit Iowa set. And Indiana by a point. Vicki Brown will challenge that play, saying that it was tipped. 4-3 Indiana will step away, come back with the ruling. This is Big Ten Volleyball on BTN Plus. Armstrong will serve for Indiana. They lead a point, 4-3 in the fifth and final set. We played a 15. Bizzario, that's a kill for Courtney Bizzario. Westbeld, the set to Edwards. Bizzario, another kill. 5-4 Iowa. Hawkeyes. It's kill number 13 for Courtney Bizzario. She leads the Hawkeyes. Fitzner. Edwards again. That's a kill, Brianna Edwards. It's her 10th kill in 37 tries. Just a lot of her kill attempts have been dug out. 19 digs for Boyer, 11 for Courtney Bizzario. The Hawkeyes have 53 digs. Audrey Black. Stockham shoots that one to her own bench. And Audrey Black gets a kill at 6-5 Iowa. Bizzario to serve. Hawkeyes by 1. That one goes over the net. Fitzner pops it up. And a whistle and an Iowa point. A net violation. 7-5 Hawkeyes on an Indiana net violation. Bizzario the serve. Set and a kill for Brooke Westbeld. So Westbeld gets the point back for Indiana. 7-6 Iowa leads, and Ashley Zuloff will serve. Zuloff has 5 digs off the bench for Indiana. It's a set for Clayton, and it's blocked. Tommy Stockham all alone gets a block. Bizzario to Clayton, and it's a kill for Hannah Clayton, and it's 8-7 Iowa. Maddie Slagle back to serve for Iowa. Fitzner. Stockham lobs one over, and it's a kill. Eight. Cole Heed to serve. for Schmidt. Dug out by Fitzner. And here's Stockham. Schmidt is kept up. Bizzario to Hansen. And it's a kill for Iowa. 9-8 Hawkeyes. 1 point lead for Iowa. Boyer will serve. Stockham, her kill try. There's Adina Schmidt who's returned to sender. It's Blackwell and Westbeld that meet for an Indiana block. It's 9-9. Quick sub, Oliphant in, Westbeld out for Indiana. Far side, Hansen tries to lob one over, but it's kept up, and Hansen with the kill. Kendra Hansen just waits, and a two-hand push gives Iowa a 10-9 lead. Bailey Ortega in and will serve for the Hawkeyes. Here's Stockham blocked away. Armstrong gives chase, but it's a point for Iowa, and it's an 11-9 lead. And Aird looks like he might call a timeout here, but just having a word with the official. Steve Aird's going to challenge that last play. 11-9 Iowa leads. We'll step away. We'll come back in just a minute when they get this final ruling. 11-9, Iowa gets it. It's a block from Adina Schmidt and Blythe Reams, but we'll see in just a minute. So Steve Aird's challenge pays off. A net violation on Iowa makes it 10-10. We'll play the final 5 points for whichever team gets there, maybe more. Back and forth we've gone. 2 sets apiece. 10 points apiece in this 5th set. And Tommy Stockham will serve for Indiana. Here's Bizzario. She's blocked by Blackwell. Layla Blackwell with the block there for Indiana. Ortega to Reins, and it's a kill for Blythe Reins. 11-all, Adina Schmidt will serve. It's an ace for Adina Schmidt. Armstrong caught off guard on a short arm serve. Timeout Indiana, 12-11. Iowa leads late in this 5th set. We'll take it with them. 60-second break. Adina Schmidt will serve. 12-11. Iowa leads by a point late in the 5th set. Fitzner's dug out by Boyer. It's Bizzario that pops it over. Westbeld to Blackwell. Boyer again. Ortega to Black. Back and forth we go. Here's Brianna Edwards again. Dug out by Boyer, and a net violation on Iowa. 12-12. Armstrong will serve for Indiana. Ortega to Audrey Black, and it's swatted right back to her. Indiana point on the block, 13-12. Timeout, Iowa. 60-second break. We'll take it with them. 1 point separates these two teams, 13-12. Back and forth we go. This is Big Ten Volleyball, BTN+. Indiana 13, Iowa 12, 2 sets apiece. As we'll take you home on the 5th set. Armstrong to serve for the Hoosiers. Bad reception by Schmidt, kept alive as Ortega gives it over. Big chance for an Indiana point. A dive, and they keep it up. And that's it. That's the 3rd point, or rather the 3rd hit. And it's now 14-12, Indiana by 2. And again, I'm not surprised Vicki Brown will take a timeout. We'll keep it here. No point in going away for another 60. We might only have a point or 2 left out there. Iowa uses their final timeout. Match point, 14-12, Indiana by 2. It's been a weird match, to say the least. Iowa wins in the first set, 30-28. Extra points. They still managed to squeak it out. And then it looked like Indiana was going to coast. Took the second set in convincing fashion, 25-14. And then won the 3rd set, 25-18 as well. And then the 4th set, Iowa comes out of nowhere, wins 25-23. And now Indiana pulling things together at the very end of this match. And they lead 14-12, 1 point away from winning their second match. Iowa has now won multiple sets in back-to-back matches, something they didn't do in the prior 4. They won yesterday 3-1, and they're on the brink of falling in 5 sets to Indiana. Both these teams are 1-4, competing for that middle tier of the Big Ten Conference. It's Armstrong to serve, game on the line. It's match point from Extreme Arena. The whistle, 2 dribbles, and the serve from Armstrong. Ortega to Audrey Black. We've got a whistle and a violation. A net violation keeps Iowa alive. A Fitzner net violation. (14-13). Iowa down by 1, match point still, and it's Reens to serve and a timeout, Indiana. We'll just run you through some stats instead. And it's been an interesting statistical game as well. Indiana dominating in the hit percentage, 272, but Iowa's 128. Indiana's had 9 errors to only 6 aces, so -3 in that department. Iowa's got a point on serves. They have 11 aces today, but the big stat that stands out, and the reason why Indiana's been so strong, is they've got 22 blocks to Iowa's 7. Again, we'll take a look at the keys to victory that I mentioned at the top of the broadcast. It was get past Iowa's front line. Iowa has 7 blocks. They've got that, check. Efficiency, they're hitting 265 as a unit. That's over 250, check. Iowa, win at the net. They've got 15 less blocks. That's an X. And don't give up free points. They have 10 service errors. Got to give that an X. Right now, the keys to victory are favoring Indiana, but when you look at the scoreboard, Iowa's still got a legit shot. Indiana only up by 1 point, and it's match point with Blythe Reens to serve. Steve Aird trying to essentially ice the server. Reens to serve, game on the line, match point. Westbeld, Edwards, Reens digs. Schmidt hits it over. Westbeld, again, there it is. Brianna Edwards, 15-13, Indiana takes this one in 5 sets, 3-2. So Indiana avoids the sweep, winning the back end of this 2-game series. Iowa gets their first Big Ten win yesterday, but can't get back-to-back, losing in 5 sets today. Your scores in sets: Iowa 30-28 in the first set, Indiana in the second set 25-14. In the third set, Indiana 25-18. Iowa wins the fourth set 25-23, but in the fifth and final set, Indiana 15, Iowa 13. That'll do all of our coverage for volleyball this weekend from Extreme Arena. Up next for Indiana at home against Wisconsin. Up next for Iowa, it's at Ohio State. For all of our staff and crew here at BTN, we thank you all for tuning in. This is John Rawson signing off. Have a good night, folks.